We'll work it out. So that we can do more things together. I mean, that's instead of legalize, having the legal people be the mediators between you and me, have lawyers talk to each other. There are times when, maybe, when serious bad things happen through accident or negligence or something, or there's a really terrible misunderstanding, and maybe we just need to, the only way we're going to resolve it is, preferably through trying to focus on the misunderstanding, focus on understanding. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, and then maybe as a last resort, It ain't working. Okay. So we got to do something that's sort of been agreed upon by others, the legal system. But I believe we go into partnerships with open eyes. We go in with open hearts too, and we feel it's like we say, what's happening here? And as soon as we have concerns, we talk about them right from the get-go. And if we decide, that's not going to work, you might decide, hey, I'm just too boogity-boogity-boo for you. I'm too concerned about specific issues. And you might say, well, hey, Marcel, I'm finding it hard. You're cramping my style here. Could you back off a little bit? Would you, wait, this is it, Marcel. What is it that you really need from me? And please separate that out. What you really need from me versus what your kind of neuroses would like to have from me. And actually, this is one of the things we talk about a lot when we enter into arrangements. We say, let's make sure that each of us is being clear in our own minds, about what's my responsibility versus what's yours, what's within my control, and what's not in my control, and what's not in your control too, possibly. There's lot in life is that way. Nobody controls it. And look for the we, wherever. What is in it for us? We might each want something slightly different, but if we don't want fundamentally the same things, then that's when we're going to run into problems. And by fundamental, I think we're talking about things like, fundamentally, when I interact with you, I want to set up what could be a lifelong relationship. Not necessarily an intense one. Not necessarily one that we even see each other for 20 years at a time. We did something, and it worked out okay. Or maybe it was a real pain, Sometimes, some projects are just that way. They just don't work out. But when I talk about the fundamentals of any kind of project, I think about the relationships. That there can't be, to quote my old friend Stephen Covey, who has a terrible way with titles of books. Anyway, but he's a smart guy. And one of his 7 principles of highly effective people is win-win or no deal. I remember when I first read it. But, it was like win-win or fuck you. No deal, buddy. But no, it means let's make sure that we both are going to win. Or just let's forget it. And we'll, maybe someday we'll have another chance. And we'll go at it again. But I have no desire to enter into an arrangement with you in which either I'm going to lose or I'm going to win and you're going to lose. I don't want anybody to lose. I don't want to see it as a competition. Oh, I negotiated over you. I pushed you down. What's that for? Negotiating things can be tricky. It takes some kind of finesse and patience. You don't have to think of it first. I mean, that's why money should never be the first thing that we talk about when we're talking about doing something really meaningful. Money is something we deal with once we're in. Say okay, let's make sure it can work. I mean, again, it's got to be win-win. If you hire me at at a rate that I just can't accept, or I'm resentful of, then it's not. Excuse me. On the other hand, maybe the real value in the work is the work, the contacts, the networking, the experience, the learning, worth much more than the money. Maybe, well, certainly there are people that are just not that concerned with money. They don't have to be. Many of us parators are that way. We spend a lot of time working in an area that